We're going to go ahead and do a reading specifically for twin flames, for the twin flame collective, for the divine feminine, for the divine masculine. We're going to use my deck that I made as well too. This is not just a tarot deck, it's also for manifesting union decks. It can help you a ton. So we'll use a lot of these cards. I've been using them the past few times. Okay, so today is a huge day. Today is a galactic activation porthole day. We have a huge galactic alignment on top of that playing out. So with galactic activation porthole days, the veil is very thin and we're able to tap in. Pay attention to your intuition. You're going to have an increase in downloads, psychic insights, and kind of tapping in today. Also pay attention to your dreams that are happening too. You're probably having very vivid dreams during this time. We have a huge galactic alignment tonight. Orion takes center stage. Is going to form an alignment with Albatross, which is the bright, we'll say one of the stars of the Taurus constellation, Hydaris, which is also part of the Taurus constellation, and of course the Pleiades. So we have a powerful Orion and Pleiadian alignment. This means we're also receiving a lot of Orion and Pleiadian energies today on top of it. You for sure want to be working with today's energies and tapping into them. I always do a ton of healings and activations on these days, but you can also use these days for manifestation, getting clarity on your situation or kind of what's going on. We also have another huge alignment that I think is very, very important. Venus and Pluto are both in Capricorn, but forming an alignment with each other. This is huge for your love life, but it's also huge for twin flames. Sometimes, and this happens more in separation, I notice this, that like as soon as the twins go in separation, oftentimes you'll have outside interference come in trying to split up the twin flames. Oftentimes this doesn't happen so much in union as well too. People might not be able to read what's going on all the time. And so sometimes these are, I call it third party karmic interference. If you're in a situation where if your twin flame is with someone else or has been with someone else or you have been or things like that, this is going to be very, very heightened today and become a big problem. It's going to become very uncomfortable for anyone involved in these kind of situations. Now, that can be common as you guys have all had a lot of past experiences that came with past lovers and things like that. But the thing with twin flames is oftentimes you're meant to be clearing these energies out of your life. And the twin flame journey is to help you with this process. So if you have, and this is usually romantic people that you've already been with or love interests on the side that you have around, these energies are going to push these things up for you to do more clearing work. Oftentimes you'll find that these kind of situations keep you in separation or put you in a separation as well too. And so we have a lot of this energy coming up. This could also be karmic situations that are coming up that you may feel stuck in or that you've been in or things like that. But oftentimes it's actual people kind of coming up with today's alignment. Now, Venus is all about your love life. And Pluto is all about sexuality and power struggles. Sometimes when I think of power struggles, I think of ego issues too. Sometimes ego issues are what keeps you in separation too, because we can always choose love, and when we're in ego, this is the state of separation as well too. Despite that, twin flames have a certain process that they work through, and this is meant to trigger your separation wounds, which is meant to trigger different things. So there are certain scenarios and narratives that are going to play out with you and with your twin flame in this type of situation, pushing things up for healing. This is going to be different for each twin flame, but it tends to trigger some of the same core wounds at different times for healing as well too on the journey. This is meant to help you with your healing, but you've already had these patterns and things kind of going on. And so we have a lot of these themes coming up today, but let's just go ahead and pull some cards first for the divine feminine. If you're in a twin flame situation, do a reading. These are just calls with me. I go into these sessions. I'll help you so much with shifting your situation, healing things, giving you psychic insights. I believe that we also create our futures and our destinies at this point when we've cleared a certain amount of karma. This is where we're at on planet Earth during this time. So I will help you a ton with this process. I am a healer, and I always say if you're in a twin flame situation, you're going to need to do like double energy healing. You're going to have more layers of things coming up. Doesn't matter if you're in separation or union or where you're at with it. This is an important part of the twin flame journey. So make sure you guys are checking out and booking me on my website. I also do twin flame coaching. If you're in separation, you're going to need it. It's going to help walk you through that process. And everyone just kind of stays stuck in it usually. And this is the thing. I've done so much work and gotten so much insight and knowledge on this because I work with so many different people in these kind of unique situations, and it's taught me so much. So I'll personally walk you through the process too from that separation into union. Don't stay stuck in it. If you're in a separation, for sure, book the Twin Flame coaching. You're going to need it, and it's going to help you a ton with healing your own patterns, programs, how you're seeing things, and to shift your energy as well too. You need to raise your frequency a ton. So if you need me, just go ahead and book me on my website, sparksofdivinelighealing.com. I have a couple activations and healing up. I say healing. I think a couple of healings for today. I do have one for if you're in a third party situation, you want to clear these things for you or for your partner. If it's on either side, it's very beneficial for just doing like a good karma clearing for them and for you. So I know I have one of those up. And of course I have like a twin flame activation I'm doing and a regular galactic one too. Right, so let's just do a reading for the Divine Feminine, but make sure you guys are booking me on my website. Will help you a ton. Lots coming up. We're in Mercury retrograde, getting ready for a new year and new energies. No, Katie, I'm trying to eat the flowers. Okay, so we're getting ready for a new year, and different things might be coming up too as we're getting ready for this new year. And it's like all about new energies, higher frequencies, but also we're doing a lot of closing out and completing and wrapping up karma as well too as we're in this space. So this is important. Hang on one sec, my cat's eating my flowers. Okay, so we're in this space and we're getting ready for the new year. This is important too because we are wrapping up karma, like I said. And so a lot of things are being pushed to the surface within these higher energies, and you might feel that with the solstice. A lot came up, especially for twin flames too. So you have a lot of work we're kind of doing. Just as the universe brought us together, it pulled us apart. And this is clearly for those in separation. These are powerful forces of the universe that I talk about. You have to trust that your life is going as it should, but sometimes in separation, you might be off your timelines. I always talk about it because I've been through this a ton. And when you're in separation, you'll feel it. You'll experience dark night of the soul, spiritual depression. You might feel really lost or different things that come up with it too within those heavier energies. And you'll really, really feel it. When you're in union, you're going to be feeling really, really good. Like that's all you need is this person and to be around them or to be with them. And it's going to be very blissful, peaceful, amazing. And when you're off that path, you go through a whole inner process on your own, which usually guides you back together. It's to do more inner work though in these states of separation. So yes, it could feel like that circumstances, usually these are karmic challenges we talk about that pull you apart, other people, situations and stuff like that. We have a lot of that energy coming up. You are a fire in me, I can't explain. You lit a fire in me, I cannot explain. And this is important too, as usually this is like the flame energy, the higher frequency energy that lights you both up and you get very creative. Someone was telling me this morning that there's a lot of creative energy around twin flames. You guys are meant to be spiritual guides, teachers, healers, and to help the planet in some type of way. So this is huge too, that you feel that fire energy, but this is also a purification energy that comes up where you guys are gonna go through a lot of purge cycles and different things. Hang on one sec, my cat is really eating these flowers. How fitting, as those were from my flame too, right? She's eating the flowers. Okay, let's just start over. Anyways, okay, so that fire energy also is a purification kind of energy. You go through a lot of like cleansing, clearing. They're gonna show you things that have been triggered anyway. These are things that might have been triggered through past relationships. You've been kind of doing this same work your whole life. And, you get to see more and more insight as to these patterns, programs, and things that have been blocking you. But your twin flame amplifies these things. If you already have issues kind of going on, it's going to accelerate that and kind of come up within these twin flame energies as well, too. So this is the fire energy. I tell some people, like I said in a reading yesterday, your twin flame might be a little bit afraid of you at the same time because they know that when you come near them, you have the capacity to transform and change their whole life. It burns things down. So if they've been stuck in ego, karmic relationships, karmic baggage, you're going to shine such a bright light on this stuff that they have no choice but to acknowledge and face these things. And sometimes things crumble like the tower as well too. But this is a part of the process too. It's like ego. So we have built a lot of ego defenses when it comes to love. This is the breaking down process when it comes to twin flames. We kind of get through these barriers and energetic defenses and walls that we've built around letting people into. So we have a lot of those walls crumbling, like needing to push past them, needing to heal some of these deeper, we'll call them wounds and ego programming coming up. I will wait for you and there's no one else. And this might be for the Divine Feminine because this is a Divine Feminine reading and you might feel like that. And this is part of the relationship too. Like, and you might feel like, you know, hey, I don't know how long this is going to last in separation, but I will wait to be with this person. It might be like you don't want to be with anyone else when you found your true twin flame, or even you don't even care if it takes many lifetimes, you will wait. Like that kind of energy going on with the Divine Feminine. I see so many Divine Feminines that have been waiting for their masculine too. But this is important too, not letting the masculine take advantage of that too. Because oftentimes, you know, sometimes they're not doing the deep level of work. If in separation, it's kind of like on either side to do a certain level of work. And then we have this energy of Divine Feminine probably has been waiting for a long time for this person on some type of level. And this is important too. Like, have you been sitting and waiting, right? Make sure that you're also living your life and that you're not just kind of, it can feel like your life is in limbo or on standby waiting for this person. And I think it's important that you're also living your life and kind of doing things and stuff like that. So there is that energy. The Divine Feminine has been waiting for this person or for this union and maybe a little bit too long. And I think you're waiting for them to get their shit together, right? You're waiting for them to get like healed, to come back healed, to acknowledge certain things, right, that have come up within the connection. The separation is for you to heal. And so that if you're in a separation, use this to work on your energy and to heal certain issues. I know there's such a push and pull effect that sometimes you guys come together. Maybe sometimes you guys are having a lot of contact, communication, and pretty much in union. Sometimes you're in these separations because you go through such a process. Just remember that you're going through this process together. Even if you think you're in separation, on the higher, you're so together on a soul level. You literally share a soul. Your soul is merged into one. And the biggest desire of twin flames is to come together in the physical, to make this merger, this union, to make this happen on a physical level. There's such a strong desire, and this is through many lifetimes. So once you guys have found each other, because you won't in every lifetime, it's very special. And you're going to feel a deep longing for this person. And this is where sometimes it can be a confusing connection because you're just going to want this person so badly. Or, you know, you're always going to be thinking about them. You're going to really, like, your mind wanders to them. You want them badly. No matter how far we wander, we're always energetically connected, knowing that you share energy, right? And so it can be easy to try to disconnect from this, but you can't. You literally can't. If one person is in pain, I always say, and I see the sides of it, the ones doing the work, right? And usually the ones doing the work are more spiritually awakened. Sometimes we have a spiritual twin that is much more spiritually evolved, and we have a matrix twin that is very comfortable in the day-to-day matrix life. They might be kind of going about everyday life and things like that. And you'll think that the spiritual twin is more advanced, but they do hold the codes that the matrix twin needs to awaken more. But the matrix twin is able to rapidly catch up too with things. And it is the spiritual twin that is going to shake things up for the matrix twin to wake them up more. And oftentimes when I see separation, I see the matrix twin more in the ego and holding on to this matrix, right? This matrix 3D life that they feel very comfortable in. And the spiritual twin is like, they probably don't do very good in society, right? They're like on a different level. They're into the spiritual stuff and things like that. And sometimes this can present, it doesn't always have to, but if there is a runner-chaser dynamic, sometimes that can kind of go side by side with it, where sometimes the runner isn't as awakened. Maybe they're also avoiding doing some of the awakening or spiritual work, but we know that we cannot stay asleep forever, and that really the twin flame journey is about spiritual awakening and accelerating that work and kind of waking each other up as well too. So sometimes we see these things, but know you're always energetically connected. So oftentimes in separation, it is very painful for both. Doesn't matter if the other is trying to ignore it or whatever. It creates a lot of that wounding to come up. But the more that you heal, the easier that will get. And when you do heal that wounding, that is what causes the separation. You guys will come into union. For those that are in separation, really, I say doubling down on the healing, energy work, meditation, working on yourself. It will also heal your twin flame because you also share an energy body, especially when you start to do the twin flame merger process, which only twin flames can do, to merge together certain things energetically. I feel bad about how things went. I wish I could turn the clock back and do things differently. This is on the twin flame, and you might be feeling that energy too, of like feeling bad about things, needing to heal these things. I was talking this morning about healing things within the lower chakras that are coming up specifically. If you have solar plexus issues, you may be may have attracted partners that were unavailable, or you or your partner may have been unavailable, or you or your partner may have had financial issues and things like that, needing to heal the solar plexus and any shame to heal these kind of things. Pay attention to your twin flame situation and what they show you, because this is also going to be a map of your own healing coming up. We will come together once fully healed, and this is important too. And so, that separation needs to happen on some level, whether you need more healing or your partner needs more healing. Doesn't matter, it's one and the same. So if you're in a separation, you're not healed enough for union, and that you do need to do more of that healing work, knowing that you will come back together. And this is where you find out who the true flames are and the fake ones are. I don't use that word fake flame, we'll say karmics, right? Many people might be confused as to this process, but you know that with this true twin flame, you're going to come back together. You're having some type of contact, communication. It might be popping up every once in a while. The connection doesn't go, and this is important. We were created out of the same embers of the same stars. I had this card yesterday, and this is important too. We're literal stardust. And also when I talk about, I know in one of my books I talk about the merging together of binary stars, and it doesn't just happen overnight, and twin flames are no different, right? When we talk about as above so below, things that happen. And this is why it's a gradual merging together energetic process, because we know that when you merge stars together, there's usually an explosion and some type of big bang event, and they merge into two permanently into one. And this is what happens with twin flames. You kind of do this dance around each other, and there's a gravitational pull with that longing and wanting each other that's pulling you closer and closer. But at the same time, there's a resistance happening, because it's strong energy, right? And so this is with twin flames, how it happens. You want each other badly, but there's usually some type of resistance. Doesn't matter. There's such a gravitational force bringing you and magnetizing you to this person. It's inevitable that you will collide. And when you do, your separate world and the other person's will become one permanently. And this is where that deeper inner work comes, because you're wide open. It's not going to be like you have your own universe when you're in separation and your twin flame does upon meeting. You collide them together, creating one universe as well too. So it's such a big explosion of energies that happens that is sometimes a delicate process. Like everyone thinks they're ready, but there's such an energetic melding on a spiritual and a soul level that happens too. So sometimes it's quite the process. Just know that. From the moment I saw you, I knew you were the one. Okay, so you cannot, a lot of people might go looking for their twin flame. That probably won't work. It usually won't, right? I know people that they go look for it. This is something that finds you when you're ready. Oftentimes you're already spiritually awakened and have done a high level of work too to be able to handle this too. So there's a sense the search is over. You recognize this person. It's about how things feel. There's a past life understanding, right? And it might happen fast. Generally when twin flames meet, it's like very fast kind of coming together as well too. And knowing that this is profound, that twin flame will change your entire life on so many different levels. How you're seeing things, your energy, it's such a process to go through. So you'll know that this is the one. You're unable to deny this connection on either side. Okay, so we have a lot of stuff coming up on the Divine Feminines about the past. Okay, so we have this, we say that like this social energy too, and this is what we're talking about, this social energy today, because I was talking about clearing energy. Okay, so you might have you might be popular. You may have a lot of friends, family, people around you. Now, oftentimes our karmics are not all lovers. Like, I'll just say for me, the two karmic connections that I have had to deal with in this lifetime were actually my sister and my father that created the most wounding. And these are karmics to me that don't go away, right? Like, you can try. They're past life karmic connections that I know are connected to me in the next lifetime. I've tapped in through this stuff, right? And things like this. And so oftentimes karmics can go back, not all the time, to our family. Yes, they can be relationships, but chances are a lot of your, maybe some of your past relationships might have even been, you might have had a soulmate, or maybe even a couple of soulmates. It just kind of depends. And so sometimes when we're talking about this stuff, we're clearing the karmic attachments. Karmics become attachments to our energy too. And they're very negative for our energy as well too. So we're doing a lot of healing of karmic attachments this shift. And this can be related to your past. The cat's going crazy, sorry. So this could be related to past things coming up. Your past is coming up because we're still in Mercury retrograde. This is important too, that we have these past energies that are coming up still because of Mercury retrograde and things like that. So you're kind of taking a trip in your past. We've had a lot of family wounds, karmic connections, and things like that that are coming up. These are connected to your twin flame journey because they have created fear and negative patterns and sabotaging patterns, ways that you've been pushing your twin flame away, ways that you haven't been letting them in, ways that you've been getting close and then the fear kicks in, and you run away, or you want to, or, you know, things are going good, and then you have this stuff kind of surfacing. So we have this kind of energy that's coming up around twin flames too. Healing of fear. They will bring up all of your fears, doubt, insecurities, things like that. We have a lot of this energy that's coming up. Okay, someone might have been dishonest in this situation. Could be you or your twin flame. Doesn't matter anyway, like, because you'll see it. You're getting so much awareness, right? I love when people can think they can hide things, or your twin flame might be trying to hide things from you, or maybe you are on your end, but you'll be able to see everything. And it's funny because everything will come into the light anyways, and things will start to make sense if there has been that element in this connection. So we do have that kind of stuff coming up right now. We have a lot of stuff may have happened for those in separation, but there's a lot in union that are doing really good or working towards union, and you're knowing it because you're seeing progress. And this is how you can tell you're about to come in union. You'll be having a ton of communication and a lot of progress. In separation and it's not going good, yeah, the communication isn't going good either. When you heal yourself, you'll open up to more communication. So we do have, you know, things, missed opportunities and maybe missing chances with this person and not acting when you should have. But we have a lot of reflective energy that is happening. For those in separation, you're getting clarity. You're seeing things more clear. You're getting your own energy balanced. For those in separation, you're going to be missing your twin flame a lot and feeling their energy a lot. All right, this is a powerful soul connection. There's a soul tie that you guys are always connected. And twin flame feminine, divine feminine, has a lot of hope about this situation, about how things are going. It's restoring your faith in the spiritual. It's opening you up spiritually. During this time, divine feminine, being guided to work on your crown chakra and connecting to the spiritual. You might be between worlds or between dimensions right now. I talk about this a ton. We're getting ready to do some big shifts over the next few weeks too, and you'll be feeling that energetically. As we make these energetic shifts, outer shifts happen. Big things are going to happen. As long as you're working on yourself and staying positive about your twin flame situation, if you're in separation, they will come back to you. You will come back together with this person. But if you're having a negative mindset, this can further derail yourself and your journey. So stay positive. No matter how things are looking in the physical, things always manifest first in the spiritual and then into the physical. Focus on manifesting right now. There's a strong attraction with this person. They feel strong emotions. And if in a separation, this is what it's about. That you're triggering emotions that they haven't felt for a very long time. They feel very strongly about you. But this can be overwhelming and a lot for this person to understand. Despite that, they can't stay away from you. Like if you're in union, they can't keep their hands off of you. They can't get you out of their mind. They're thinking about you all of the time. They're dreaming about you. You know, there's a very strong, as we talked about, magnetic attraction with this person. Some of you guys may confuse this with a physical attraction, but it's nothing like that. It's a spiritual connection. you're both getting a lot of signs and synchronicities, messages, ways that you're thinking about them. Could be the angel numbers, but it also could be coming through in your dreams, things that you're being shown, downloads, insights, in all sorts of ways. Pay attention to your spiritual connection right now. It is your compass as you're navigating your twin flame situation. So we have High Priestess. This is an improvement with your intuition, because I remember it being in reverse yesterday for the Divine Feminine. Today it's straight up, right? So this is connecting with your intuition. You're getting more clear no matter what your situation. Pay attention, because this is connecting with the goddess, psychic dreams, insight, awareness, your spiritual connection. And, you know, when we're tired, we can't tap in. We might feel lost, heavy energy when we've been peopling too much and things like that. So there's a reason why in the separation you're being pulled back into that be by yourself hermit energy, because it makes your energy stronger. When you've been peopling a ton, you'll notice you get tired, heavy energy, and then you kind of can't tap into your intuition as good. When you're recharged and your auric field or your aura is really good, you're getting a lot of intuition. You're getting a lot of psychic messages, insight, right? And things like that. Take care of your aura and your energy right now. It's going to give you more clarity on your path moving forward. And this is shifting into that High Priestess energy. It could be working moon magic, right? Working with these galactic energies today, tapping into the cosmic energies, making magic. It could be an Ace of Cups, and this is always the love offer. This is like, this is a new relationship, compassion, creativity, but this could be a love offer from your twin flame. This is a twin flame reading, right? We're trying to clear the karmic energies, and I always say there's such an attempt to keep twin flames apart, and you'll notice a lot of that interference happens around key points too, and things like that. And you might think it's like a new crush, lover, ex coming back, but these are things that throw you off your game, because when twin flames can come together, the energy is that powerful. You guys can create new realities, universes, but better yet, you guys are actually affecting the collective fields of the planet, and you're able to raise up the collective fields and things like that. So when you're in union, you guys are an unstoppable force. You're powerful. So this is a twin flame reading. This is also, maybe your twin flame has made a proposal for you or an offer, or this could indicate coming back together. This is going to indicate for those in separation a new start, a new beginning, sudden shifts happening with your twin flame if they're not in that energy right now. Okay, but we have this energy around the Divine Feminine. This is Three of Swords. This is a third party energy again. This could be, I don't want to keep bringing it up because this isn't for everyone, but if you've been in a third party situation on the other side, like if your Divine Masculine has the karmic energy around them, it could be very painful for you. So this can indicate third party energy, because that's the theme for today as well too. But sometimes that indicates karmic clearing. It's some type of heartbreak, betrayal, unhappiness. Now we have a lot coming up over the next few days and over the next week with past lifetimes. Oftentimes what has happened in your past lifetime with your twin flame comes through now. So when you feel all those strong emotions being triggered, and some of them are negative and you might not know why, it could be energy of anger, hurt, betrayal, heartbreak, grief, things like this. Sometimes they go back to that as you hold those subconscious memories of your past lifetimes. And when your twin flame comes along, they're going to activate these in you, and you're going to have to deal with them. And so when you feel all of these heavy emotions and you don't know why, oftentimes you're just having to clear these things, and some of them go back to past lifetimes as you and your twin flame came into this lifetime with karmic baggage with other people, but with each other to work off too. So we have this healing your heart. Your heart stores a lot of painful energies. If you guys have had a lot of death, loss, heartbreaks, breakups, it's going to be triggered through your twin flame journey as well too. You're really healing your heart chakra. Okay, so we have Six of Pentacles. This is generosity, receiving gifts, blessings, assistance, and being generous with money, time, or energy, and prosperity. This could be, I'm talking about being of service and helping the planet, right? And maybe it's just giving your time like these videos, right? Or other things that you can help with, where you can make a difference in sharing your gifts and your abilities with the planet. You came here with beautiful abilities, light worker gifts that you can help people with, and they could be very different for different people. But the more that you're giving, the more that you're receiving. And this is also opening up for more assistance. You might need help on some level, my website, and there are those that can help you a ton with your journey too. So it's also opening up that flow of giving and receiving. Some of you guys are very closed off to the either. You're not giving anything, you don't want help, right? You're like, okay, opening up up those channels of giving and receiving will help you to flow energetically. We're not meant to be all closed off. We're meant to be kind of in this flow. So this is also about opening up those channels, and it will bless you in so many different ways. Then we have the Magician. This is being in the manifestation mode, having all the resources that you need, focusing on what you want, creating willpower and psychic power. You are taking back your power. Like, I've had enough of this world trying to put me in a box, right? The cage. I'm like a whole angel. This is like coming back to your angelic self. It's in your DNA, it's in your soul, and waking up and remembering that. But also on the dual side of that, this is where some of the pain comes in from past lifetimes, and remembering that sometimes love was the source of the fall and the original separation wound. So sometimes humans can be a little afraid of love from past experiences or even past life experiences, and that's okay. You have the tools needed to heal and come into a beautiful healing and union in this lifetime. So I think it's important that you're tapping into your magic and manifesting, and then this could involve taking back your power and tapping into your solar plexus as well too for the feminine. So you're being guided to remember your magic during this time and to really use it. We're going to do a reading for the Divine Masculine. I'm going to do some cards for the Divine Masculine and just see what is going on. I'm kind of trying to be quick today because I have a lot going on. I'm going to be here doing healings if you need them. So let's just go ahead and pull some cards for the Divine Masculine and see what's going on. All right, Divine Masculine reading now. I'm telepathically connecting to you all of the time, and this is your higher self, your twin flames higher self, but them as well too. When you think about each other, there's an energetic exchange happening, but you're also picking up on their thoughts via downloads or messages, how they're feeling, things going on with them. Pay attention to the thoughts, the ideas, and the downloads that you're getting. This is really, really important to you during this time. Your twin flame is thinking about you a ton. They're missing you, and they're connecting with you on the higher spiritual level. This means they're also getting a lot of messages from you, downloads, what you're going through. Your doubt, fear, and worry is blocking union. This is important too because your own things are being triggered. And this could be fear, doubt, worry, usually around the connection or the union or old things that are being stirred up energetically. Pay attention to what is coming up for you around this connection because it amplifies these things and shows you different things within the twin flame connection. So just kind of pay attention to what is surfacing during this time. Only in losing you did I realize what I had. Do you feel like that you have lost this person or this connection in some type of way, masculine? You haven't lost anything. I had to remind myself of that this morning because you'll feel like you've gone through so much loss within the spiritual awakening, but no, because you've gained this experience, who you are as a person, and like you have so much that you have, even though things are always rearranging, shifting, and kind of moving around in your life too. So you might be in this energy of you feel like you lost your twin flame in some type of way. If you're in a separation, masculine, this is to wake you up to this connection and how important it is so that you can take better care with this connection and with this person. This separation is temporary. Please be patient with me. And this is a message. Be patient with your twin flame if you're in a separation. Take care with this person as I'm kind of saying that message. Take care of yourself, extra self-care. You should be realizing how profound and special this connection is. It can trigger a lot of pain, and our first reaction of the ego is like, whoa, 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 right? Get away from me. But actually, this other person is feeling the same. The remedy for that is union too, but oftentimes we have to go through this healing process. So separation is just a healing process that each twin flame will have to go through separately as well too. You guys can choose to end separation anytime though. I have past family stuff I'm trying to heal. You triggered a lot of inner child healing for me and have brought out a lot of inner child wounds in me. This is where the wounds lie their bonding and attachment issues that we already had with our parent. And this is important too, because it's kind of shining a light on these things, but it might be accelerating. Like your twin flame might see all of your wounds and it might feel very unnerving for you, or you might have karma still kind of going on with your family that your twin flame kind of comes around and points out or triggers, different things like that. This is a total healing the inner child, heart chakra, and clearing energetic baggage connected with past karma with your family. I meet you in your dreams every night. You guys might not remember, but you're around each other in the astrals every single night and want to be on a higher soul level, because we can't get much more up in our soul than the dream world as well too. Every single night you're meeting each other in the dreams. Our destinies are intertwined. You might find that your paths are infinitely, not just in this life, infinitely intertwined across many, many lifetimes, and your destiny is one and the same. It's very connected with your spiritual ability and spiritual gifts. So you guys have gifts that are made to work together. So like maybe one twin flame, we'll just use an example, can see the future. The other might see different probabilities and things. And when they each have their own gifts on their own, but when you work together with these gifts, you'll have the total piece of them, right? So you have gifts that you each individual have these psychic gifts and spiritual gifts, but when you put them together, you kind of have that missing piece where you use your gifts together and they amplify things. Say you were already really psychic and seeing the future, you go ahead and merge together with your twin flame. It's going to amplify those gifts to make them stronger as well too, to bring them online more and to bring new gifts online. You have twin flame DNA that when you guys do come into union and go through this process, it starts to activate. This is what pushes up the separation. Usually you guys are getting along really good, and then it's like all this stuff. And this is from the series of activations that you'll go through. And when you activate your DNA, new gifts come online that you had to wait until you were in union to use with your twin flame. Things just got too intense too fast. Masculine is feeling intense energies. If in a separation, it might be on the masculine side. They might be feeling a lot of intense feelings or purging a lot right now. I thought I could detach. Being apart only makes the connection even more intense. So masculine thinks they can detach. I say this with avoiding the twin flame, drinking, drugs, trying to date, hanging out with friends, other ways that you guys have been kind of numbing yourself, working too much, throwing yourself into work and projects and things like that. But oftentimes it just makes it worse as well too. Things come together more on a subconscious, come through more on a subconscious level too. So we have this is masculine trying to detach from the connection. When you detach from your twin flame, you're detaching from yourself and also your spiritual connection. You'll notice that you're feeling that strongly too. So when you're together, you're going to feel more of that source energy and be better connected. Separation, less connected spiritually. My ego got too triggered and got in the way. Masculine needing to let go. If we talk about ego as just barriers and defenses, the walls that you have made to not let anyone in, to keep everyone away, right? Healing these things. Healing your own triggers that have come up. I desire union just as strongly as you, and that's the thing too. And that your twin flame is always going to mirror certain things, especially when it comes to union. They want you just as badly, and they want union just as much. Sometimes in separation, they don't know how to get there. It's an inner journey each has to take. If there's lack of communication, lack of progress, it's something they have to go through on their side. So we have masculine going through this inner journey, but they definitely want union the same. Okay, so we have the masculine is very stressed out and overwhelmed, and even in this is draining me energy. Now this can happen for different reasons. In separation, if the divine feminine is focusing on herself, suddenly the masculine feels it, because when the divine feminine is putting all of her energy into them, they feel real good, right? It's like an ego boost, but it's also an energy boost. If in separation, suddenly they may feel tired, lethargic, drained, stressed out, overthinking. It's exactly why these separations need to happen, so they can understand the importance of the energy of it. Okay, so we have the shadow side. This person has either pointed out or showed you flaws, or you've seen them in yourself. And usually it's the third, right? You notice them in yourself. All of the areas that you feel not good enough or not loved enough, these are the things that come out within twin flame union. The things that you need to face, your shadow self, being too comfortable in these aspects. Okay, so we have masculine feeling like feminine doesn't care. They feel unappreciated. This is solar plexus not feeling good enough. They're thinking about you a ton though. We have this reminiscing. They're thinking about you, the past, how things could be. There's a lot of that energy around. However, we see some major blocks coming up in this reading. Okay, so we have past addictions. We have like patterns that weren't good for them, ways that they were coping. And if there's that energy, like if someone is a drinker, that energy is present. It's an addiction, right? But if they have passed through that and they're no longer drinking, this might be even worse for them because these were their usual vice and they don't know how to deal with it. Before they just have a drink and try to drown it out. And now it's even more, they're feeling more intensely like they have to face these things and they have to do it sober in some type of way. So we have this past addiction affecting things. They're in a lot of heartbreak if in separation too. And in union too, kicking that up. This is kicking up past breakups. This might be why they're hesitant or staying in separation or don't want to go into something new because they've been hurt in a past relationship. So they never could let you in and they had a closed off heart prior to meeting you in some type of way. They've closed their heart off and they feel it's easier than taking a risk or taking a chance, but they've met you anyways and it's stirring that up for them. Stirring up old wounds. So we have a lot of old wounds. All right, we do have a ton of good cards. Okay, so they see your side of it too. The masculine is seeing a lot of your side. Oh, trust me, they're seeing things on your side with you. And then we have a lot of good cards about, you know, there's going to be a reconciliation with this person. If in separation, we know that. And there's reconciliation energy. You have unfinished business. Things might not have even got started or they might not be finished. But it's up to divine timing. There's destined forces that are influencing and controlling this relationship, that are pushing this healing up, and you might feel like things are moving fast because the universe is trying to bring you together very fast during this time. We have a fast moving energy around this reading for the masculine. So masculine feels everything's coming up and moving very fast. They might blame you or think that you're trying to push or move things, but there is this bigger energy, this universal energy that's trying to move you together in some type of way, that you are destined for this person. And you know, there is this Saturn karmic energy coming up big time in this reading, but also a universal energy that is pushing this person to start over for a new chapter, to move into the next chapter. It's moving on from the past energy. There's going to be some type of text message. You might be guided to text message this person, or you know, you might be getting messages from this person. And if there's a lack of communication, it's all about opening up communication and talking to this person. So we have things not moving. There's a lot of you're blocking your emotions, and when you do that, your intuition, you're trying to block them out in some way and trying not to feel so much and needing to move through that too. It's affecting the divine feminine too. We have the divine feminine on that card. So we do have this Page of Wands, which is communication coming fast. And this is like the phone calls, the text message. You guys are meant to be playful. When you do that, it activates a beautiful union energy too. You're meant to be having fun and right? And things like that. But things might be very serious in this, where you're at right now with each other, needing to open up communication at some type of level. So we do have things that are going to start to move. But in the meantime, the divine masculine is in this by themselves hermit energy right now. You might be in union feeling alone, or in separation, you're really feeling it too. This is the dark night of the soul, the spiritual awakening, loss, but it's your emotional baggage coming up. It's old stuff coming up. It's a lot of healing. But this is also meant to be coming out of, because we have this Four of Swords, but it's in reverse. This is coming out of isolation. This is recovery, spiritual awakening, making you stronger, coming out of that hermit energy. Like if you've been in that hermit energy for a long time, I saw someone comment on my page, for years, oh my God, you've been in this hermit energy for years. It's coming out of that and coming into union and being ready to do that after this period of healing. But it's not gentle getting you there. You're going through a tower moment. This is where everything falls in, unexpected change, sudden upheaval, a shock to the system. This is divine intervention is going to help clear away your ego and false beliefs, and it's not a gentle process. This is spiritual awakening. And if you've been holding on to the old, or you know, separation energy and things like that, this is everything getting shaken up. And so you might feel you're in this upheaval or this tower moment, possibly even from your twin flame connection, because this is a twin flame reading. We have this Emperor energy representing the divine masculine though, but this is also, while you're trying to stick to the old and heal different things and parent wounds and stuff like that and protect yourself, this is also, representing when we have the Emperor and Empress, it's union as well too. So you have the other half of this union energy that you've been working on for a very long time, but perhaps you're being too strict, rigid, sticking to the old routines, maybe even the matrix one that we were talking about early in the reading, and needing to come out of that energy and to find balance with your divine feminine, as the divine feminine has the other half in the beginning of the reading to this, right? So you have your half, and you're meant to bring these two halves together to become whole through union as well too. So we have a lot of this energy coming up, letting go of the old, releasing expectations around this society, programming, family expectations, letting go of these things to shift into union. All right, I'm gonna go on that note anyways. Have a beautiful day. Recommending you guys check out some healings on my website. It's great energy for it. If you need me, just go ahead and book me on my website. Recommending booking a reading. You guys should be doing them every so often. Will help you a ton with your situation. Have a beautiful day.